So this is the second vlog of my serious vlogs. I started off by telling you about what happened to my foster dad, and how he died, and how that affected me. And this video I wanted to talk about, this is another idea I got from Charlie at Do The Day Devours. She wanted to do a video similar, but on a different topic. But yeah, I wanted to talk about OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. I suffer from it, not in an extreme way, but I do suffer from it, and it does really affect people sometimes, even in the smallest way. So OCD can take many forms. It's basically an obsession with a task that you feel needs to be done. So my OCD is counting. So what I will do is if I'm on my own and I'm walking down the street to the shop, I will count how many steps it takes there, and I will count how many steps it takes back. Sometimes I try and beat how many steps it takes to come back. Sometimes I try and maybe walk 2 steps less on the way there than I did on the way back, and vice versa. And also I prefer even numbers to odd numbers. So yeah, that's my obsessive compulsive disorder. I mean, it's not major, it's not a massive problem, but it does affect me in ways. When I was younger, especially, it affected me more than it does now, and in a more extreme way. So, going back maybe, again, 5-6 years, I used to have these thoughts in my head. I used to think to myself, like, when I was in college, if I was walking to the bus stop, I used to think to myself, if it takes me more than 20 steps to get to the bus stop, we won't be having this for dinner, and stuff like that. I know that sounds, to most people, that would sound irrational, and it is irrational, but to me, at that time, I thought it was so true. You know, like, I would want, like, say for example, I would fancy lasagna and garlic bread for dinner. I would think that if it took me more than 20 steps to get to the bus stop, we wouldn't be having lasagna. And on the way home, if it was more than 20 steps to the bus stop, on the way home I'd feel quite depressed and upset. But then obviously by the time we got home, my foster mum would say, "What do you want for dinner?" I'd say lasagna or garlic bread, and she'd make it. So really there was no point in me worrying. That's the irrationality side of OCD and other things, other mental disorders that people can have. Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know about that. I mean, recently I tried to write a book called Numbers Game, and it was all about how that counting OCD has affected me, which isn't, like I keep saying, it hasn't affected me majorly, but it was actually really difficult to try and put into words exactly those thought processes that go on in your head. It was really difficult to put into words how that affects people. And yeah, and people may watch this video and say, "Oh, obsessive compulsive disorder is something that you create, it's something that you control." Because I've had people, when I've explained to them about my OCD, I've had people say to me like, "Oh yeah, but you can control it, can't you? You don't have to think that way." And the point is, that is the point. Like, you don't have to think that way, but you do. It's something that you can't help. It just happens. And I'm saying this because I don't want people watching this video who don't have obsessive compulsive disorder to meet another person with obsessive compulsive disorder and, kind of steer away from them or get into arguments with them because they don't really understand. And like I said, that is the point. It's not rational, and it's not the way your brain is normally wired. Your brain is probably wired different to mine. But yeah, I think I will end this video here because, I didn't want to spend too long on this subject. I just thought I'd make a little quick vlog and see if other people had other thoughts, and maybe if they had other mental disorders or whatever. Maybe it helps them a little bit, I don't know, and maybe you can make, if you're watching this video and you have obsessive compulsive disorder, maybe if it's even more extreme than mine, it might help you to make a video like this to raise awareness. Because also I work with children and young adults with learning disabilities and autism, and a lot of them have a lot of extreme things. Like, there are people that will do rituals every day. There are people that do have obsessive compulsive disorder. There are people that have other problems which I can't go into, but you know, I just think talking about it sometimes just helps. And like I said in my last vlog about my foster dad, yeah, talking about it, even though it's over the internet and it's not face to face, it still helps a little bit because I've got it off my chest and other people have it now. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have what I have, the OCD, but you understand how I feel, and that makes me feel better. Yeah, so maybe if this video helps you with your OCD or your mental problems, you know, maybe anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, maybe you can make a video about the way your anxiety or schizophrenia or whatever works, and maybe it will help you as a kind of self-healing type thing. I know that sounds a bit, you know, I know that sounds a bit airy-fairy and, you know, but you know what I'm trying to say, like, yeah, maybe it will help you to kind of just offload a little bit to other people. Yeah, so like I said, if you like this video, please like. If you wish, you may subscribe. I would love to hear what you think. Maybe if you have any questions about obsessive compulsive disorder, you can let me know below, and I will happily answer your questions, because I do still have obsessive compulsive disorder, but not as extreme as it was when I was younger, but it still does affect me. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, even just a tiny bit. You know, even though my OCD levels used to be up here, and now they're about down here, but even from down here, it still affects me a lot. So like I said, if you wish to know anything, I will happily answer your questions. And if you have any thoughts, or if you have any anxiety issues or whatever, or OCD issues, or whatever it may be, you can talk to me below, and I will always answer your questions. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.